Hey, it's a great day. Thank you all and welcome to WoodWorks. Good. We're so happy to have you all here for our first introductory program of many to come. This will be one of the most exciting shows, and we started today off with Mr. Robert Pierce, Madison's own food patriot. Welcome, Robert.
How's it going?
Hey, it's great. So today we're talking about food and energy. As some of you know, at one point I was about 350 pounds. That means I'm trying to look like that. And had no clue. As a former football player, Robert, I thought that football was a different brand of type of being, that it meant you could eat whatever you want, man, but you're a football player. It's like in your genes. And at the age of 15, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure and still didn't get it. Figured out it might have just been a little stress or too much salt on the food, and continued working with the high blood pressure for a while. Learned to conquer that using food, but really I blame that on salt. Salt and a little bit of stress. And then at about the age of 32, I realized that some of these chest pains might be something I should be concerned about. And all of a sudden that infallible football player became this vulnerable guy that was nervous about the weight that he was carrying and the pains. And food made a difference. And so I brought you on because then in that journey in life, we started to find that it was important what food you ate. For a while, I was dropping weight and I was eating some stuff I wouldn't necessarily eat today. Fried this, baked that, heavily dipped this, and just eating it in smaller portions. But there were still things in places I hadn't reached in my health. And then I met Mr. Robert Pierce. And you talked to me about the quality of food. And I'm a farm boy myself from Georgia, but we didn't really compost soil and get into some of that stuff. We grew what we can grow, and if the corn was yellow, it was good corn. If the squash was yellow, it was good squash. And didn't really pay any attention to it. Tell me a little bit about how you got into fresh foods and became a part of Growing Powers Madison.
Well, mine was somewhat of a personal. After Vietnam, I became allergic to certain chemicals and stuff they put in the food. So it was kind of personal. When I was in college, I was evaluating business and found out that they were using different types of human waste and stuff on fields, and decided I wanted to grow food for myself. Mm-hmm. So I ended up catching, getting these outbreaks of hives and all that at different times. Every time I was eating something that my body wasn't used to. So I came to the conclusion that I couldn't trust anybody to grow food for me, so I had to grow it for myself. And thus I became an organic farmer.
Perfect. It's funny you mentioned that, because I went through some of those same things for you folks out there. There were bumps on the skin. So since as old as I can remember, I remember being picked on in school for having these big bumps and pimples, and watching some of the commercials that told me it was about dry skin and clogged pores. It was the food. It was the dead food, over pasteurized. We'll try not to talk about many brands of food, but pasteurized foods that my liver didn't want, and it was trying to find somewhere to store it. It was food coloring I started to find in my favorite cakes, red velvet cake and the pancakes and the things that we eat. I started to find out it was actually the food. And so it made a big difference. Talk to us about what continued and how you got into farming, being one of Madison's first urban farmers.
Well, it was very easy. I mean, that's where I couldn't trust people to grow food. I decided to grow food for myself, and then as I ventured out into this venture, it was easy to start with my grandmother's peers, were the first people that I started to deal with, because they were getting old and couldn't get in their gardens and stuff like they used to, and so I would grow food and I would let them try it, and they would go, this tastes like it used to be, and stuff like that. So it kept motivating me to be able to keep duplicating what they were getting from the beginning, because they were poor, and we weren't actually poor, but we were poor, but we always had food, so we never knew how poor we were, because we always had food because we grew food. And so just having that motivation to know that food tastes like stuff than they were young, because they couldn't afford to use chemicals and stuff on their food, so they had to grow things naturally back then. And so for myself, it was quite easy to you know, to get into that, because I've always was in their gardens when I was a kid, of helping the elderly, you know, tend their gardens, pull weeds, or go out and collect wild mustard greens, and all manner of things they had me doing in their gardens. So it was like an extension of what I was doing when I was a kid.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Robert. Now, I know that our audience has probably have quite a few questions now, and I know you just love dealing with people, as I do. And so we're going to open it up for questions. If anybody has any questions, who's, as we sit here, have a question for Robert? Tracy, please.
Robert, I've heard that it's important to eat locally grown foods. Is that true? And if so, could you tell us why that's important?
First, we have to. What is your your definition of what is local? You know, I mean, for me, being an organic farmer, local to me is knowing who your farmer, who is growing that food. That's local for me, because there's a lot of good things that you can get that we can't grow here. But if we know what it's, who's growing it and what they're putting into it, then it's local enough. But for it's best, yes, to get as close to as local as you can get, or is to get the best that you can get. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I've heard also, and I think, Robert, we've had conversations about this. And in case you're all wondering, Robert and I are co-tenants at the Resilience Research Center over on Badger Rock Road. We do some business together there on Badger Road. Yeah. So that's Robert's office over on Badger Road there at the Resilience Research Center. And we talk, I think, in the studies I've done, that the foods that grow in the area that you grow in, that you live in, are the foods that can keep you alive through those times. So the green chards and kales, if they can live or be available in that type of weather, then they're more likely to kind of be able to protect our body. Do you think there's some truth to that or some reason behind
it? As being part of growing power, that we actually believe that it starts with the soil. You have to have good soil in order to have good vegetables. I mean, you can grow food. In fact, you can put a seed in the ground, it will come up. Right. But what are you growing it in? If you're growing it in poisonous soil, you know, what do you have?
Yeah.
You know, so I think it starts with the soil. You need to have good soil in order to be able to have good, fresh food, you know, or to get the benefits of having, you know, to get the goodness out of that food, the nutrients. You have to at least start with something. Your soil has to be good soil.
Yeah.
And so this is why we create our own soil, to be able to make sure that we're giving people our vegetables, we're giving them our best.
Thank you. And then I saw another question, I think it was Sue. Sue, did you have a question for us?
I did actually. So tell me, what are these hoop houses I hear about?
Hoop houses are it would be a passive greenhouse without any heat or cooling in them. Basically, what we do, we create these hoop houses in order to prolong the season or get an early start on the season. We can grow spinach and leaf lettuce or leaf crops all winter, and you can even start it early in the spring and get these things going. We use we use our composted manure, you know, which is not really manure, but food waste and brewer's mash and coffee grounds and stuff to heat the insides of these hoop houses so that we can use them during the winter time.
Yeah. Hey, Robert, I had a question for you. Man, you know, I grew up in Georgia eating collard greens and turnip greens. And in Wisconsin, they don't last as long in Georgia. How long can I expect to have collards and some of those different root vegetables? How long can I expect to have those here in Wisconsin? What determines when they're here and when they're not, I guess is my question.
It just depends on how you do it. I mean, we've learned that if you cover your collards or kale and stuff in the winter with straw, they'll still grow during the winter. There's enough heat in that, and they'll continue to grow. And you can do that. And then for us to have hoop houses, we can grow this stuff all winter in hoop houses and have it fresh, you know, especially you can get it within hours after cutting it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, man. You just made my day. How about any of y'all in the audience? Any final questions? We have about 1 minute to wrap it up. If you want to know anything about food.
I got a question
question.
Miss Mary.
I am interested in growing my own food because I realize it's only going to be like I like it if I do it myself. So what are some of the first steps you suggest that I take?
Get to a growing power workshop. Number one. And we start those in January, and they go all the way into June, and you can learn anything from growing or making your own soil, which Will Allen, our CEO, he teaches that class. How to make your own soil, how to work with vermicompost and worms. You can also learn how to do aquaponics, growing fish, how to do microgreens, which are some of the stuff we have right here in this salad mix, different microgreens and stuff. So and all of these things that we do, you can find in our Market Basket program, which is a program that is put out to be able to help people in low-income areas or food deserts to be able to help sustain and make a difference with food, so that you can bring it to you a little bit cheaper.
Awesome. Robert, any final thing you want to leave us with? We got 20 seconds to wrap it up here. You've done great, man. We appreciate everything you've done for us. Any final tips that you'd like to leave us with?
Well, if you need to know that, you can always go to South. You can go to growingpower.org and find out different things what we're doing, or you can go to growingpowermadison.org Facebook and paste us there and find out ask questions. We'll answer them for you.
Awesome. Hey, thank you again, Robert. I really appreciate it, man. I know you're a busy guy. Go out there and play in the dirt.
Can I go play in the dirt now?
So, one final thing, you all. Thank you all for being a great audience and your awesome questions. When we come back, we're going to be getting sweaty. So we're going to work out. We got 20 minutes, guys. We're going to work it out and talk about how to use the food, the energy we get from the food, and transfer it into energy that helps us keep lean, strong, healthy bodies. We'll be right back. Hey, and we're back. This is one of my favorite times. Can you imagine? I had to find a healthy way to eat because I still like to eat. Food is a big part of our lives. You got the holidays coming up here. So food is really important in keeping it safe. And I'll be honest here, on what will soon be national television, we all cheat sometimes and make mistakes. But the more readily available we can have food, to me, the easier it is not to make a mistake or to do that cheat thing. Because let's be honest, what cheating is pesticides. Herbicides, which all fall in the pesticide thing, but you got pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. That's what cheating is. And if I were to come into your house and give that to your kid, you would not invite me back. If I told you we ran out of water, I finished it off with a little gasoline or oil, you wouldn't say that's cool, Haywood. You don't want me finishing off our water or finishing off your orange juice with paint thinner. But that's about what cheating is. So juicing, we asked before the break or the last, what about juicing? To me, it's a safer way to get nutrients. If I'm thirsty and you're thinking about apple juice, and I just know so much about some of these foods now, I can't really stomach going out, getting something in a bottle that was in a box, that was on a shelf, that's now in a refrigerator, in a corner around the street from Uruguay, and eating it as if it's fresh, living food, thing that I want to be friends with. So to be able to make my own juice, and Robert Pierce, who was with us earlier, actually, he helped me find this juice. He said, Haywood, I know you've been talking about juicing and juicing and juicing. Man, you got to get one of those juicers. And finally took the plunge, and I can't imagine life without it. The energy has been higher. Little joint pains that I didn't know were there are better, because I think the juicing helps us get more nutrients. So one of the things I do, and you read a lot of different books, and we could get really jiggy with juicing and use juicing for health and improving your blood pressure, improving your all type of issues that we have just by really mixing those fun foods with carrots, are a big one with their beta carotene, cancer fighting properties and whatnot. But really for me, it's about making a juice right now, since there are no known health issues, a juice that tastes good and has a variety of different nutrients available in it. So we have A, E, K represented here on the table. We have blood thinners on the table. Man, could you imagine some big company would be very happy to have this, except for you wouldn't be able to charge as much as they would for some beta carotene and some vitamin A and K. But so we have very healthy foods here, potassium again in this, and then when you see yellow is usually a sign of vitamin E. So we have some really healthy foods here. The pineapple also has water. One of the big things to keep in mind, we talk about water. Fruits and vegetables have water in them. So when you read these articles and you read these stories about how much water you need to have, don't flood your system. When you eat healthy foods, they have water in them. But if you're eating foods that are dehydrated, pastas, cheeses, and if those are the only foods, those actually steal water from you. They actually leach water from your body. So to consider, the more fruits and vegetables you eat, we read a lot of stuff about how many ounces of water. Take into consideration your fruits and vegetables, your melons, those type of things. So today we have some pineapple for sweetening. Believe it or not, carrots are relatively sweet, especially once we debunk or desensitize our palates and our tongue. This carrot is really sweet. So we have for the sweet lineup, which I like sugar and my brain loves sugar, and we like that stuff. The pineapples and the carrots are going to be really sweet for us. The strong medicinal taste you'll have here in the celery, as well as the kale that we'll juice here. And that's going to be what we work with today. If you all really press me, we may put a pepper or so in there. It's really interesting to have a spicy pepper and a sweet juice. And it kind of, if we do it right, it'll taste pretty good. If not, it could be pretty hot. So we're going to start out. This is not necessarily a commercial for juicing, but we're working today with the Power Grind Pro. People ask all the time, hey Wood, what juices should I use? I've researched quite a few, and this is really the only one I've owned. Had quite a few friends that have different juicers. This is the Power Grind Pro. I like it. I've seen some other upright emulsifiers that may do more than this. The benefit of it is you really want to try to get in this. This is not a smoothie maker. This is a juicer. So we don't want pulp and froth here. There's probably some good benefits when we're making smoothies and keeping the pulp. But here we want less pulp and all nutrients. So we're trying to get all the nutrients out of the food. And so that's what we'll do here today. Lastly, this is a quick juicing. The reason I wanted to do this as a busy business owner is so that you all can see how quick you can do this. It's been done faster. We've done at home, I can get a juice in and out in 7 minutes and clean it out the door, because I have a long drive in to my day job, and so this thing moves pretty quick. So I want you all to see how fast we can get this done. We won't clean it up here today, but you really can get this done in about 7 minutes and fill this cup up. I even use a taller cup sometimes, and we can get busy with it. So we're gonna work through this today. This juicer this is the part where the pulp will come out at, and we feed it through here. And we'll test and make sure we have power. There's power. Good. So we usually take the top off. I try to press it and compress it as little as possible. Again, the more you press on it, probably the faster you speed it through versus allowing it to get all those nutrients out. But with this power grinder, there are a few times that we do end up kind of pressing the fruit in, and there's some where I hear you do less than that. So I like to start with the pineapple. We'll get this thing to running, and we cut it up in pieces that we can handle. Again, this is the quick juicing day, so you may see food all over the place. We'll keep it off the floor. So the pineapple, it'll hit there. We can press it like so. And then we have juice. You have to remember to put the cup there. There are some early mornings when I only have 3 minutes that I have forgotten to put the cup there. And you notice here comes your juice. So we can drop it down here. I happen to know that the softer fruits do better. The softer fruits do better with the vegetables. So as we put the kale and we put the other fruits in, our vegetables, the tougher stuff, we like to mix that with the softer foods. So then we can just press here, and we should get our juice and at times I have to take it easy on it as we work through it, and we press and we'll drain. You'll hear the machine down and up. Next, we'll add a carrot. It should be a little softer food. I suggest cutting the carrots up small, especially if this is the brand of juicer that you're gonna use. Then I like more pineapple. I know that kale likes to work it, so then I'll put a little pineapple on top. Uh-oh, did we make it? We made it through it. Good. Good, and you can see the juice coming out. We're finishing our juice here with our pineapple. Next, we'll go with the carrot here. Keep the party moving. Good, they go pretty quickly. Again, we said we're in a hurry. If we were in a hurry, we could break this carrot with the hand. There's no real reason you have to cut it. We can break the carrot. And you can see the juice is changing colors now. I'll cut a little more of it because my experience, I've seen carrots as well that sometimes like to go down, and other times we don't get along as well. Quick cut here. Next up, what do you guys think? A little celery? Why not? Sue, you're a big juicer, right? You juice most mornings? Not to imply that your muscles come from juicing. I know Venus was an athlete. That was something that still, when I hear that word sometimes, then in sports, when you hear the term juicing, it wasn't a positive thing. It's like they're on that juice. But now we juice and it has a positive connotation. Right, juicing was not a good thing before. So we got some kale here. We're gonna try our kale again. Those in the audience saw how well the kale did for us before, and we're really excited about it coming down for us this time. So we'll put a little salt of that and a little bit of that. And then we'll put some pineapple on top of it and encourage it to keep moving for us. More carrot. Pineapples, we love them. What are y'all seeing? Any thoughts, any questions, Venus? Look exciting? That's our big carrot that's there, and he's getting ready to go through and loving life for us. Good. Pineapples up next. And we'll pause that for today. I'm letting that slide for today. I'll do better next time. We gotta have some. Oh, no, I'm gonna drink it. It'll be good stuff.
No, I mean the stuff that you pulled out underneath and it.
Oh, that, yes. I chose a crowd of ladies. Did you say did you have a spoon? You didn't have a spoon in there.
No,
I'll use the knife. Yeah.
Just use the knife.
Yeah, we'll just use the knife.
We'll have to get stuff like that for.
I made that mistake. I should have known better than that.
Yeah, if you were at home, you'd just use the knife.
Right. Exactly. And stir through. And the same thing, if this was happening at home, I don't know why I didn't want to show the audience. If it was happening at home though, I would have just stirred down in here and loosened it up too, versus here on the show I was trying not to go through that. So we're gonna allow you all to taste a little bit if you want. I'll try it first, just make sure we're good, it's palatable. Mm-hmm. Right, all the pineapple, right. You can't go too far wrong.
So Mary's
Yep.
tired back here, so she should
Mary
definitely
gets
have
the
that.
Right.
Mary's first.
Think we'll make it. You're all about to work out. Good. Sue, Tracy, I'm gonna work with you. Yeah. Me, first. Who?
She juices all the time.
Right. What do you think?
My kids love it.
Right.
Wow.
Really good.
It's good. I'll drink it.
And I usually drink it before, during. If you all worked out with me, you'll see I'll be drinking a juice in the morning sometimes during class. It goes down so fast and so easily. You could actually, I'd like to say 20 minutes, but you could drink this 5-10 minutes before a workout and not have the stomach cramping and digestion issues that you do when you're chewing food, right? I'll drink it in class and be in a high octane class. Fair enough? Let's go work out. Yeah! Let's get it pop right. Let's get it popping, y'all. Yes. In the middle. Yeah, I got it. Let me get this ball straight. Good, if you all will take a mat, everybody have a mat. The dots are just to even out the look. Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Good, so welcome. This is the workout portion of WoodWorks. Today we're going to be working a high energy, so we're going to try to make them sweat. What I hope that you'll see here is a custom workout for everybody. So we have Miss Betsy. Thank you, Miss Betsy, for joining us today. Good, we have Miss Venus. How are you, Miss Venus Washington? Good, thank you for joining us. Miss Mary, thank you for joining us today. And we have Miss Sue. Good, and this will be my spot, and someday that might be your spot. So we're working high intensity today, talking about energy. We talked about food and energy to start the show. So the goal is the sweat. We're working cardiovascular exercise, which is talking about how the heart and lung work together and teaching them to work well together. So we want to challenge it. When the brain is not getting enough oxygen, it gets kind of antsy. So sometimes when it feels tough, focus on that breathing. We'll talk about breath. We want to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. So even in our fast movements, which we'll get a few fast movements, the breath would be something like this. So I'll start with an example in a jumping jack. Even if we speed it up. So we want to jump and move with the breath. And try to keep a controlled breath so that you get plenty of oxygen into your body. And that takes some time, that takes some core strength, it takes some awareness, but when we find that place, our body barely fatigues. There's no sweat, there's no panic or frantic breathing right now. Because when you control it and you coordinate that body, we work well together. So let's start out warming those bodies up. We're going hands up, and we'll go down and touch the floor. Good, inhale the hands up. Exhale and allow your hands to touch the floor. Good, inhale the hands up. Exhale and take it forward. Good, now we're going to put your hands behind your back. And we're going down just like so. Then touch the floor. Good, bring it back up. Put the hands behind your back. Go down. Then touch the floor. Good, keep it working. The reason we want to do it that way, because frame of reference is very important. Think about good, bending at the waist, then the hands touch. Sometimes if you think about your hands, oh, I can't do that. So we try to trick the brain into learning some new stuff. Work to keep those knees straight, body balance over the ball of the foot. Good, relax those shoulders. 9 seconds, you all. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, relax those shoulders. 3, 2, 1, and rest it. Nice job, y'all. Next, we're just gonna jog in place. Let's jog, we'll start pushing. Take your time. Everybody has their own place. Now, there was a dear friend of mine that I never actually met, but I read a lot of his books. His name was Sir Isaac Newton. He said, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So I want to see you push into the ground. Relax your shoulders, push the ground with trust, because it's going to come back. There's a gift. If you push, the ground returns a little push back for you. Good. Relax those shoulders, jog. Now, let's try to keep those arms symmetrical. symmetrical. Everything we would like to have happen at the same time. Otherwise, an arm here, if I was trying to run straight, actually pulls me off, and then the other one has to bring me back on. Try to keep those hands driving at the same position. Let's not throw that hand away. Keep this fist coming straight ahead. Good. Encourage our bodies to stay here. Breathe. Drive it, Sue. 19 seconds. 18. Breathe into the nose. Bring that head down a little bit. Open that chest up. 15. 16. Good. Drive it. Yes, ma'am. He counts on television that way too. We need to work. Good. 5, 4, 3. We're back on. 2, 1, and rest it. Thank you all. Now we're going to keep that heart rate moving. Doesn't have to be tough what you do, but we want to keep it moving. So now we're going opposite arm and leg. Good. Let's start it. Bring the hand across. Bring the knee straight up. Ready, and begin. Relax those shoulders, good. Flex the ab and thigh, up and down, good. Down and up with that leg, down, up. When it hits the ground, we want it to bounce back up. So down and up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Put the emphasis on the down portion. Put the emphasis on the down, you all. Down, down, good, Sue, there you go. Emphasis on the down so the leg comes back up. From the foot's perspective, the exercise starts and stops. From the abdomen perspective, it never stops. The abs are always switching. Relax those shoulders. Good, nice job. Thank you all. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good, down, up. Let's put emphasis on the down portion. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest it. Nice job, y'all. Next, you have a mat. You have your mats. We're going to go down back to the back of that mat. Let's flatten that mat out for me, please, Miss Venus Washington. Good. And we're going to do a set of walkouts. So today, these walkouts. Now this is gonna be what we modify, because I know some of you all have been working out for a long time. Some of you have not worked out in a while, believe it or not. So we're gonna have Mary, you and Betsy, you all will be on the floor. And you all are gonna bring your legs up and down, just like so. Elbows up, we're gonna bring the legs up and down, just like so. That's going to be your modification. Still working the hips, working the abs. Miss Sue, Miss Venus, we have walkouts. So you all are going to walk your body out just like so and bring it back up. When we come up, we're jumping. Let's get started. Ready, Sue? You love those. Ready, and begin. Not quite a burpee. Good. Let's break it down. Take it down. Sit on that, on your butt, on your hips. Good. Flat hands. Now let's breathe, Mary. Let's breathe, Betsy. Good. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. Nice job. Good. Nice job. Let's touch those heels today. Just bring the heels back and forth and leave your head on the ground. Good. And then just down and up. Good. Nice job. Good, Mary. Now I need you to breathe. Inhale and then exhale. Good. Inhale, back's okay. And exhale, good. You got a great trainer, Miss Venus, good. Work it, breathe, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Thank you all. Good, Betsy. Focus on those abs now. Versus the feet, make the frame of reference the abdominal muscles. Relax the neck. What happens at the low spine? Good, nice job, Sue. Work that body, you all. Nice job, Mary. Work that body. 12 seconds, Sue. 11, 10, 9, Venus, 8, 7, 6. In 6 seconds, we're up. 4, back's okay. 3, relax the inner thighs, engage the abs. Try not to flex your butt, think gut. Good, relax the inner thighs and rest it. Good, we'll stand it up, y'all. Good, everybody stand it up, take your time. We'll turn and we'll stand. Good, nice job, y'all. Next, we're gonna just jog that mat. We're gonna jog the mat. So we know some of you all have all type of skills. Inhale and stand, push and stand. Nice job. Next, we got forward and back runs. So with our mat, 1, 2, 3, 4, back, 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 back. Take your time. This is not a race. It's about like a good dance. So we had a great dancer, a so-so dancer. So we're dancing. We want to dance at your pace. Let's dance at your pace. There is not a race. It's my pace. The race is to improve me. And then my job is to push it. Ready and go. Running forward on the mat. Good. Now, when I say it's not a race, but we want to improve ourselves, I sense that Venus, you have more than that in you. Good, good, nice job. Twinkles, I sense that you have a little more. Push, push, push. Now focus on that waist. Drive it forward with the hip, drive it back. Good, let the abs drive it. Keep those feet moving. Bring your eyes up. Good, push, push, push. Push, push, push. Drive it, good, Sue. Bring it forward, push it in, push it back. Push it in, Relax those shoulders, drive it back. Thank you, Sue. Good, nice job, y'all. Drive it. Mary, Mary. Push it, good, let's get it. Nice job, good. Thank you very much, Betsy. 11 seconds, 10, 9, 8, Sue. Drive those arms, good, good. 6, 5 seconds, Venus. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest it. Nice job. Next we have skaters over our mat. That'll warm that body up. Skaters. Mary, did you skate as a kid? Rollerblade, ice skate? Good, so now we're gonna skate over our mat. We're gonna push from one side to the other. Push, push, push. Notice the back leg, you see that? It's more of a residual. This is not an exercise about throwing your leg from one to the other. This leg, just because of inertia and momentum, keeps moving. But what we really want to do is get our butts down. Keep our spine down the center and sink your butt as low as you can and as quick as you can. Try to keep your glute or your butt behind or even with your heel. So we have skaters, don't go any deeper than you feel comfortable, but rhythmically move from side to side. And if you can do from side to side and get down, do it. If it's side to side here, if that's you, then you're here. If it's that and that, we'll do that. Good, let's get busy, y'all. Ready? And begin. Skate and skate. Good, and skate. Good, and skate. A little sideways, then up, Mary. Sideways is easy. Just shortest distance between two lines. Good, 2 points is a straight line. Good, move it, Sue. Relax that head, stare at the floor here. Good, not quite that low. You're awesome. You're amazing. Good. Now be relaxed. Good, relax a little bit. Yes, you are. Yes, ma'am. Good. Drop your hip and chest a little lower. Drop that chest. Good, let's get down here. Let's get down here and play. Let's play down here. We're playing down here. We're down here. What's up? Good. What's up? What's up? What's up? Get in here. Relax the foot. 10 seconds. 9, 8, where you at? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest it. Great job, y'all. Nice work. Good, thank you all very much. Next, we're back on the floor, y'all. We're back on the floor, take your time, sit it down. Now breathe, remember to breathe because we're not stopping. Next, we have push, pull, leg scissors. Push one leg, pull the other. Push one leg, pull the other. Push one leg, pull the other. Push, pull, focusing on the waist. This is about teaching the hip flexors and the glute flexors to work well together. You can imagine in back pain situations, I lift my leg, my butt flexes, my hip flexor flex, and my back says, hey, what are you guys doing? Good, so let's work it. Good, push, pull, abs, ready, and begin. Push, focus on the waist, belly button. Waist and belly button. Good, focus. Good, Bessie. Good, work it, Mary. Get there, Venus, breathe. Breathe, nice job. In and out, switch those legs, good. Flex those abdominal muscles, nice job. Keep your waist engaged. Maybe allow your head to touch the floor. Good, breathe, y'all. I'm breathing, coach, I'm alive. Good, drive it, Betsy. Good. Now, Betsy's a yoga instructor. She doesn't get to move like this that much. Good. So we're in that flow today. We're in the flow. Good, nice job, y'all. 13 seconds, 12, 11, 10 seconds. 9, 8 seconds, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest it. Here we go. Turn it over on those knees, folks. Turn it over on those knees. We're going to get cardio abs in. Cardio abs. 1. So on your knees, we're going to do knees. Will be Sue and Mary today. 1, 2, 3. Venus. You and little Miss Betsy over there. We're going to be on our elbows for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring it up. Let's get it popping. Ready, y'all. Ready. And begin. 1, 2. Good. Touch that waist. Touch your waist. Use your stomach. Good. Now flex here to get back over there. Then flex here to get over there. Relax them feet. Flex, flex, flex. Time to get in shape. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Abs, abs, breathe, breathe. Left shoulder, Sue. You want to get off your knees? Let's come on up on those feet. I see you're good. If you want to get on those toes, Mary, don't you let me stop you. Good, breathe, Bessie. Breathe, young lady. Good job, Venus. Nice job, Sue. Protect your back, use your abs. This could challenge your back if you decide not to use your abs. 11 seconds, 10, 9, get busy, Mary. 8, 7, 6, come on. 5, move it, 4, come on, side to side. Watch it, let's work it. Watch it, and rest it. Good, nice job, y'all. Next, we'll stand it up. Awesome job. We got 2 minutes in case you're wondering. Good, next, we got quick feet. Wide, tight. This is one of my favorite drills. So we go quick feet. We'll be here. Moving the feet, wide, tight, wide, tight. We're moving in and out with quick feet. Let's be off those mats unless you just need your mat. The option is yours. Good. So we got quick feet, wide and tight. So we'll be start out tight. Now, the idea is push, pull, push, push, push. Ready, tight, ready, and begin. Come on, drive, wide, tight, push it, wide. Come on with me, tight, wide, tight, wide, tight, wide, tight, wide, tight, wide, tight, and rest it. Nice job, y'all. Woo! We ain't done yet. Hey, we got to add a little jump to that, Mary. We got a few seconds. Let's get busy. Venus, you gonna get jiggy with it. You jumping in the air. So we would switch from tight to wide, tight. Sue, high as you want. Mary, short hop, or high as you want. Good, let's start out tight, move it. All right, just jog. Wait, don't leave me. Can you breathe? Just move, chop them feet. We ain't playing that game. Look at it, we ain't playing that game, Mary. Chop them feet, come on, got it. Switch, get up. Switch, get up. Switch, get up. Yeah, switch, get up. Good. Switch, get up. Switch, get up. Switch, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, and rest it. Woo! Nice job, y'all. Thank you very much. Great work. Breathe, young lady. Great job. Breathe. Oxygen is great. Thank you for that energy. Nice job, y'all. It's a wrap. Yes, and we're back. Hey, this is the time in WoodWorks with the show where we get real with Coach Wood, hopefully. I love answering questions, folks. When this whole journey started, if we go back, we'll talk through the shows and mention these things, but as a young kid wanting to play football, I couldn't run fast enough to be the wide receiver or the cornerback. I knew nothing about running, but I was intent that I was gonna be an athlete and I was going to make a difference and find a way to entertain people and inspire them. And sports was my way to do that. But I didn't really want to play the defensive line. I just couldn't run fast enough to play anywhere else. I didn't know what to eat. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to run. I know we have some runners in the audience, and I didn't know what to do. And as I started to realize that I didn't know what to do, I figured out what I needed to do. And so it's been so exciting to be able to share that with people. But one of the things, as a former political science major here from the University of Wisconsin and playing sports, that we seem afraid to do is to talk real. No talking politics, no talking religion, no talking food. Food is what gives us energy. It powers us. And we spend very little time talking about it. So today I want to get real with you all and have some conversation about food that on other shows that have different reasons why they can't talk about other things, they can't get real. We're going to get real here today. So first of all, let's talk about like diabetes. I know some people in the audience have a question about it. I was pre-diabetic. And I hear stories, don't take it the wrong way, audience, don't take it the wrong way, live audience. And people tell me, Coach Wood, when I was diagnosed with diabetes, I cried and I was scared and I've been nervous and I went into depression. Stop. Look at what you want and go get it. And what we want is life. And where we find life is in foods that have life. The things that we eat that are processed and pasteurized, they are without life. We jokingly say it's kind of like going to the cemetery to find friends. We eat dead foods looking for inspiration in life. Our diseases are a sign of the poor relationship that we have with food and our thought. And when you change the way you think and change the way you love your foods, your life changes instantly. I dropped over 100 pounds in 7 months by changing the way I thought. That was not, and I never went into insulin or diabetic shock. Never didn't wake up one morning or super fatigued and tired. Just start eating food, real nature-giving food. So the question came about, I was reading the article, are diseases preventable? The answer is yes. So there goes some sponsors we will not have. All the people who support death and illness and sickness, we will not have you sponsor our show. So the foods that you eat, there's some fat soluble. Anybody here name off a few vitamins that you know of?
C, E, D, B.
C, E, B, A. What about some nutrients and foods that you can think of outside of vitamins, but vital minerals? Iron, yeah.
Potassium.
Manganese, potassium, awesome. Those foods, there's manganese, there's calcium in this green. There's E, K, A, beta carotene, A in those carrots. Those are all the vitamins and nutrients they tell you need to stay healthy, to protect the thyroid, protect feminine health, to protect male or masculine health. A, E, K, iron, zinc is all on this table. There's no box or bottle of pills. There's just some peppers, and there's some potatoes, and there's iron and potassium. By the way, oranges have potassium too. Bananas aren't the only place. Oh yeah. Tracy, you had a question.
One thing that you didn't mention there was protein. What about protein?
Awesome. Man, that's a whole show, and we have some shows coming up later on protein. Protein, I think the reason that we want protein, right, we hear it builds muscle. What else does it do? Everybody wants muscle, right? The opposite of muscle is fat, so we don't want fat, so I want muscle. Protein should make up somewhere around about 15% of your diet. That's it. Our body needs glucose, sugar. Your brain likes sugar. Oh, no, you didn't say that, coach. Oh, no, that guy does not know what he's talking about. Real sugar, nature's sugar from oranges, apples, pears, carrots. There's sugar in there. We need sugar. Protein. Protein is a marker for the fact that amino acids are present. The protein is a sign, like if you see a hair curler and a hair dryer, you know that there may be a lady in the house. When you see protein, it says there are amino acids in the house. And we need amino acids to make protein that heal our muscles. And our body actually is made up about 140,000 different proteins. You mean not just meat, steak, that's not it? No, it's bigger than that. So it's about 140,000 proteins that make up our body. 40,000 of them are used to create the other proteins, and 100,000 of them have their own unique properties. So the foods, again, if you look up what makes a healthy amino acid, one of the wonderful things we can do, black beans and quinoa, black beans and rice. Beans and grains seem to make the perfect, most awesome protein. There are 20 essential amino acids. Our body makes most of them, but there are about 4 that you need to help your body produce, and that's based on the foods that we eat. Any other questions? I know we had some questions about.
Before working out, what vegetables or fruits or foods would you recommend to build energy?
To build energy.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you for asking that question, Sue. And again, thank you for your wonderful smile and agreeing to be here in our audience today. It's awesome to see you. Food and energy. Let's say, first and foremost, if we just quickly characterize foods, we have really sweet foods, we have sweet foods, and then we kind of have these sub-sweet foods. I would suggest, and what I practice that's allowed me to keep that 150 extra pounds off that once rode my body, is eating, when you're going to be at higher energy times, food is okay to eat foods with a little more sugar. So that's your sweeter foods, your apples, your melons, those type of things. When you're going to be burning a little less energy, then eat foods that are less sweet, but high in fiber, I would suggest. So apples, pears, they're not as sweet as we think, even your blueberries, raspberries. So eating foods that are high in fiber that have some sugar. So before your workout, what I normally have is a grain. I think of that like oak wood, or like that strong, long-lasting wood. So that grain, it takes it a while to burn, and then a heavier, a dense fruit with some heavy fiber in it. So that might be a pear. That could be pumpkins in the wintertime, even a carrot. And then one other fruit, you can get frozen blueberries, blackberries, that type of thing. And then, so to work with about 3 colors and to some sweet, sub-sweet, and then something that's gonna keep the fire burning. We have about 20 seconds. One other question, Miss Betsy.
What do you think about juicing your foods?
Juicing, wow, that's another show, and we're going to cover that in a few minutes. We're going to do a quick juice when we get back here. Juicing food. There's a belief, and I'm one of those people that believe, from stress to things that off-gas from the products and things that we use in our car, that our body could use more enzyme. Food is medicine, and there are enzymes in there that help us detoxify our body. So the more of these greens, reds, especially the greens that you see, but the reds and orange are important too. They help detoxify your body. So when we juice foods, while I'm a big avid, anyone that would have known Coach Wood from 3 months ago, Tracy, definitely a year ago, says you got to chew your food, chew your food. I believe that still. But our bodies are so stressed, and even our wonderful foods, the foods we eat outside of growing power, especially that don't have well composted soils, probably don't have the nutrients in them that you think you need. So to be able to get down to today's juice is going to have beets in it, it'll have celery in it, it'll have pineapple in it. To take the time to eat all those foods would take a day. But we actually need those nutrients because our body's been challenged with stress and food. So juicing seems to be a great way to get some live, healthy enzymes into our body, fast releasing into the small intestine, and get to work. And then we need to chew some food as well. So that's the end of our Get Real with Coach Wood today. We could do this forever. You can join me. We'll give you information on how to reach us on our blog, how to reach our Facebook fan page, and you will be able to get more questions answered as soon as you want. Awesome, folks. Welcome back. Man, what a great day. I really want to thank you all for supporting us in this show, and to all our guests. We had Miss Betsy, we had Miss Tracy, we had Sue, Mary, and Venus in no particular order. We really appreciate those guys participating with us today and taking part in this program. WoodWorks is going to be an awesome program. We plan on bringing really fresh, live material to the public that'll keep you firm, keep you fit, and keep you energized. Today we had Mr. Robert Pierce on. Robert talked to us about fresh foods and the benefits of foods. I shared with you my story about weight loss, being 350 pounds, having high blood pressure at the age of 15, and then having my life totally revamped by finding healthy, fresh foods and the benefits of them. We sat down and we talked. We had questions about health and fitness and foods. What foods should I eat? What foods shouldn't I eat? Before a workout, we gave you tips on what foods to eat before your workout. Think about foods that have some energy, that have a little bit of sugar. When you're burning it, sugar is your friend. Just ask your brain. The liver does a great job of taking glucose and making it available to the brain through the foods that we provided in our stomach, through our liver, and providing it health. So keep those things in mind with your workout. Also, during the workout, one of the things we talked about was one of my favorite subjects to study now is physics. And Sir Isaac Newton in his second law talked about for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, meaning if you push into the ground will bounce you back up. So we really want to keep that in mind, how we move. And maybe one of the most important sessions we did was the juicing session, to talk about how to juice, what foods to eat to help you exercise, why we juice. Our body needs those rich nutrients, the fiber, the food, the nutrients, the vitamins, the minerals that are in those foods. We need them. And so today, with our busy lifestyle and a lot of the different stresses that we go through, we miss out on some of those nutrients. It's our belief that you can't get too many. And if you're gonna overdose on something, there are a lot less side effects of overdosing from carrots and beets and kale and celery than there are some of the other options. So keep your body healthy. Coach Wood's tip of the day, know your why. Why do I deserve to have a great life? Why do I deserve to have a long-lasting life? And why will I continue to do the things I do to stay healthy for myself and my family? That's your tip of the day. That's WoodWorks first edition, and we're fired up about bringing the rest of the shows to you and helping you improve your life. Stay firm, fast, fun, and fit.